How's it going, everybody? Happy Wednesday, middle of the week. We're not yet there, but we're not just starting, and it's a good place to be moving forward. It is the second half of the week, so that's exciting, but glad you're here. Today we're covering a very fun topic with the popularities of Barndominiums. We felt we would bring back this live with a little bit of a revised edition. Barndominiums, myth versus reality. So we're going to be like Mythbusters today. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things that people have to say about Barndominiums, and we'll see if it holds water and if it's true. And if not, we will give you the truth behind that. Now, moving right along, as always, $500 off your Mallett building if you are a healthcare worker, first responder, military personnel, teacher, and or educator. We thank you for what you do. We just want to say we appreciate everything you do for our community, and this is just a little way that we have a chance to give back when you decide to purchase a Mallett building. Just let our building specialists know your occupation falls into one of these 4 categories, and you'll be sure to get your $500 off. Speaking of potential savings, Tiger Cash. If you comment cash under a live video like this, you can receive $1,000 off your next elite or signature Mallett building. Now, this does not apply to specials or promotional prices. However, any regular price elite or signature building, which is it is the 2 top of the line, top tier buildings in the industry, you guys, you can get $1,000 off, and that can go towards anything you choose it to, because that's money in the pocket. Always welcome to have them call. Mr. Tim Tackett, thank you for tuning in and chiming in. He has offered, as always, if you're interested in information on a Barndominium, he is one of the elite people to talk to. He is a signature ambassador. He's gone through the process. He has constructed his own Barndominium, and it's 5,500 square feet of awesomeness, you guys. I highly recommend, if that's something you're considering, give Mr. Tim or any other ambassador a call and discuss their opportunity that they went through with Mallett and learn about their process. Now, moving right along, where's Mallett this week? We started the week off with 89 different job locations. That number has since grown. This is simply the beginning of the week metrics, but when we started this week, we were everywhere from just before Round Rock and Austin area all the way over into Mississippi and through New Orleans area in Louisiana. So covering a large part of the tri-state area, you guys. And we are in everything from construction to materials on the ground ready to be built, gutter work, forms, concrete, control joints, buildings that are being sent out and delivered this week, inspections, plumbing, and finishers, all happening this week, you guys. How cool is that? Now, Louisiana has 67 jobs going on, you guys. That's an insane workload. Only Mallett could honestly handle that many construction projects in 1 week, you guys. We've got gutters in DeQuincy, Radley, Greensburg, and more on the ground in New Orleans, Denham Springs, Albany, plumbing in Church Point, Arndville, Youngsville, delivery going to Lockport, New Road, St. Martinville, Livingston, inspections in St. Francisville and Florine. You get the picture, you guys. We are all over, not just this state, but in Texas as well, with 21 jobs this week, ranging from Van Vleck, Orange, Oakwood to Crosby, China, Beaumont, San Leon, Columbus, Kirbyville. You name it, Mallett is going there, you guys. It has been an amazing week. The holidays made it a little slow last week, and the weather has put us off a little bit as well, but we are still kicking strong with 89 plus jobs going on just this week. That's a lot of projects. Now, December specials and promotions. This is the fun part. For $69,999, let me tell you what you get, because it's awesome. We have the Christmas Rival special, you guys. So entire 20 by 40 by 12, starting off at $16,999. That's pretty hard to beat. It is going to be the neighborhood special Christmas Rival. This is essentially the specs that the competitors build, and it's industry standard, if we can call it that. It's industry standard. Now, we'll explain the difference in industry and Mallett standard here soon, but this is what you get with the Christmas Rival. 29 gauge metal, 4-on-12 roof pitch, 2x6 common flat trusses, 130 mile an hour wind rating, no uplift control, so we're not gonna have the Mallett cable lock system built into this one. Posts are gonna go directly into the ground or dirt. There's gonna be 3,000 PSI concrete, 2x8 headers, no skirt boards for ground protection, 2-year workmanship warranty, and number 2 untreated generic lumber. What does that mean? that means you're gonna get a phenomenal 20 by 40 by 12 building, and it's gonna be an even more phenomenal price, $16,999. But to get a great building at a great price, the standards are gonna be more relaxed. Doesn't mean they're not good, doesn't mean they're not legal state standards, and this is what most competitors are doing, you guys. This is how those prices are so low as well. This is what they're offering. So we decided we can build it better. We may as well offer the same thing. Thus, the rival was born. And this Christmas, we're doing our neighborhood special on and trying to get the most affordable prices possible for your neighborhood. But don't just stop there. Why just the 20 by 40? You could also have a 20 by 50, same neighborhood special, same specs for $20,999, you guys. A 20 by 50 for under $21,000 is an incredible value, you guys. You're gonna get the industry standard materials and specs. It's gonna be built by the best builders in the country, which is Mallett Building, you guys. So if you need an affordable building at the entry level specs, give us a call. We now service that as well. But moving right along to the 5 red flags, you guys. These are 5 things to always consider when you're looking to build a building. You're gonna be having a lot of things going on at once, and this is just a little guideline of what you can look forward to when making your educated decision. Now, years in business. Check how long the business has been around on the Secretary of State website. You guys, if they haven't made it past that initial phase of 3 to 5 years for a business, there's no guarantee that they're gonna be around long enough to, first off, service your warranties, but have been around long enough to make the mistakes and correct themselves and learn from things that happen in the business. We at Mallett have been here now 27 years and going strong. We've learned a lot, we've been through a lot, and we've adapted more than most people have had to make decisions. So that being said, you can compare years in business and how long the workmanship has been around on the Secretary of State website. Now, licensure, just as important, if not more, ensure the company you're considering doing business with is actually a licensed business. You can do this on the Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors, the LSLBC. It is so vital to make sure that the people you're working with are licensed to do the work they are telling you they can do. We are a residential, commercial, industrial licensed contractor here at Mallett, as well as we have electricians, we have the full scope. We do our concrete, we do our gutters, we're about to have the roll form plant doing our own metal. Everything happens in-house here at Mallett that we send out to the sites. It's all Mallett employees, you guys. So licensure is very important. Anyone we send out is legally able to do work on your property. That is a big deal. Now, moving right along, contractor violations. Ensure the company you're considering doing business with is free of contractor violations. This one's huge. We always say if they'll break the law once, they're willing to break the law another time, and we won't want that to be with you. Because of this, we want you to check the LSLBC as well. This is also where you find their licensure. We're proud to say in 27 years at Mallett, we have 0 contractor violations. So that goes to show not only do we know a thing or two, we know how to do it by the law and by the books as well. So all of that together, use these things so far to make your decision on who your builder is going to be for your next project. Now, reviews in the BBB and Google, you guys, we have over 685 reviews between the BBB and Google. We hold over a 4.85 star rating on both sites, you guys. So out of all those reviews, almost all of them have been positive experiences and good comments and reviews. We highly encourage you to check that out. Those are real stories from real people who have had real experiences in their Mallett building journey, and they share those with you, and we encourage you to check those out as well, not just for us, for anyone else you are considering doing business with, whether it be a building or anything else. Reviews are important. It's a customer's experience on what they've gone through. Now, finally, visit the contractor's facility. We are so proud and so happy to invite you, any one of you, to come visit our facility. We believe we have a state-of-the-art, best in the state facility. We have the truss plant, we have the roll form plant, the gutter operations, the packing plant, the delivery section. We have the holding area, which is not nearly as important, or not important, but interesting. Not nearly as interesting. It's just a bunch of lumber. But to be able to hold that much lumber says something in itself. We have all these different operations going around here, you guys. We're about to add the roll form plant as well. All of that's going to be going here soon. I know it's been a while since we've been talking about it, but a huge project like that takes time on top of the time we take with our customers to make sure they are educated, and not only that, but the crews that are building customers' job sites as well. But we would love for you to come check it out. Give us a call at 337-214-0428, or just walk on in. We're right off the interstate. We'd be more than happy to set you up with someone, show you around, give you a tour, shake your hand, and make sure you feel welcome and understand where everything you're ordering is coming from, because not many people can offer that. Now, why Mallett? We talked about the Rival series. I consider this industry standard. I'm giving a lot of credit to that, you guys. This is probably still a little bit above, but I'm giving credit. Industry standard is what we'll call this. Now, the Mallett Classic, what do you get when you get a Mallett building? As you can tell from right off the jump, we have above standard specs all the way across the board. This is evident in our 26 gauge metal, which is standard on all three classes of building. We have a 512 roof pitch, also standard. 2x8 scissor trusses, also standard, and there's not 2x4 or 2x6 inner webbing. It is true 2x8 trusses through and through. Third-party inspected trusses, I might add. These are going to be reviewed by not only our in-house inspections, but we have regular inspections from outside sources that come and make sure we are up to their standards as well as the standards we hold for ourselves here at Mallett. It's 175 mile an hour wind load rating on the roof system. That's going to be in part with the 2x12 headers. All of those come together and create this phenomenal stout roof system, as our engineer, Mr. Darrell, says, and that creates a 170 mile an hour wind load rating. Speaking of wind and preventing that, the Mallett cable lock system, that's going to be on every level of building as well, classic, signature, and elite, because this is the bread and butter of what has saved all of our buildings and all of these storms we go through here in the South. Understand, we've been through 27 years worth of hurricanes, and we can proudly say, thanks to the Mallett cable lock system, we have never lost a building that has had this system. We are incredibly proud of that, and that's why we have it on every building. Because if worse comes to worse, as someone who has lost a shop in the past, the 40x60 is just gone. Would have loved to have that cable lock system involved in our unit because it was no longer there when we got home from Hurricane Laura. This Mallett cable lock system, what it does is, if say you have a malfunction window or door blows in, because storms are very strong wind, that wind's going to rush in and want to push up on the building like a parachute, creating what's called updraft. That updraft is what rips those buildings that are just in the ground, just sitting on top of the slab a lot of times. It's going to lift them up like a parachute and blow it away like Dorothy going in a hurricane off in Kansas somewhere. But the building with the cable lock system, it's tied down. All the posts are going to be connected with 1/8 inch aircraft cable that connects every post together at the base. Then underneath that, there's going to be a moisture barrier preventing it from being in direct contact with the ground. On top and throughout that, they're going to pour the concrete slab. So you're going to have your 4,000 PSI concrete poured on top of this cable lock system, locking everything in together, hence the name. And that means the wind's going to have to lift not only the building, but the weight of the entire slab as well. And I don't see that happening. Mr. Tim, it was a post frame building. We had obviously wooden frames throughout the whole thing and some metal, a typical post frame. I was not around when it was built. It was built, I was a little baby. It's been around for a lot, and it was no longer there after the storm. It took it clean away, not sure where it went, never found it, but it was a post frame building, and I would bet if it had this cable lock system, we would be having a different conversation now, but that is what it is. Now, also on the Mallett Classic, skirt board guard protection. This is going to be your ground protection. It's going to go around the base to prevent the ground and all the damages that happen at the base area. 4-year workmanship warranty starting on the Classic, going all the way up to a 10-year on the Elite. #1 MCA ground treated kiln dried lumber throughout the entire building. That's going to be lumber that's been dried to specific temperature and ground treated to prevent warping, rotting, insects, wood destroying insects, all of those things from rotting and destroying the wood, prolonging the life of not only the wood but your building. Now, you're also going to have our in-house engineers, which we are a licensed engineer firm. They're going to review everything internally to make sure your building is not only designed to our standards, but built to our standards as well to ensure all of this is as promised. Now, that's the Mallett Classic. Speaking of a Mallett Classic, we have the Cajun Oasis. It's back for a while, just for December, you guys, till the end of the year, 2025. May not see it again for a while, or ever, but the Cajun Oasis Classic, it is going to be a Mallett Classic building that is 30 by 50 by 12 for $49,999. Now, what's included in this price? I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. That's going to include insulation, climate control with a 5-ton wall-mounted unit, and an electrical package. Altogether, that is a $16,000 value included. And if the insulation package is not exactly what you're looking for, you can also ask about spray foam. I guarantee the insulation package will be more than enough, but if spray foam is more your vibe, then you're more than welcome. We have that option as well. But it is going to be a Mallett Classic. When you get this building, when it's done, you're going to be able to walk in, turn the lights on, plug phones in, charge them, put a TV, put whatever you want in here, because it's AC'd, it's heated, and it's going to have electrical throughout the whole thing. So it is a move-in ready building. You could use it as a heated and cooled storage room. You could use it as a in-law suite. You could use it as a he shed, she shed. That's a tongue twister. All in all, the Cajun Oasis is whatever you need it to be, and it's a perfect building to go in your backyard or vacation spot. The Oasis did phenomenal this summer, Mr. Tim. It was our top selling building. Now, if the Cajun Oasis Classic sounds good, but you want a little bit more, we have something for you. We have it in the Elite as well. Same inclusions in the price, but it's going to be $59,999 for a 30 by 50 by 12, $16,000 in value from the add-ons. Now, this is going to have the wainscoting. This is going to have all the upgraded features of an Elite, which we're going to talk about right now. But don't forget, ask about the Cajun Oasis. Comment cash for $1,000 off. That gives you a $2,600 saving. That's pretty awesome. If you're a first responder, military personnel, teacher, educator, or medical worker, you also get $500 off. So lots of ways to save money here at Mallett, but you're always going to get a great value because the buildings speak for themselves, you guys. These are the best buildings in the country, and we're very proud of that. Now, speaking of the difference in the Classic and Elite, we have this quick graph here. If you would like this to go in more detail and read it yourself, just comment comparison, and we will send you the Elite versus Classic comparison. This is putting our own buildings against each other because that's the only fair way to do it, because no one else matches up to what we're doing. Now, the quick few things that maybe we didn't talk about, those 2x8 scissor trusses that we have on the Elite are going to be at a 3-foot spacing instead of a 5-foot spacing. So that's going to give you more trusses involved in that building. That means a more stout roof. You're going to have 9-foot on center post spacing as opposed to 10-foot. You're going to have 6-inch 4,000 PSI microfiber reinforced concrete with control joints as opposed to 4-inch slab concrete. You're also going to have concrete under each post, just like the Classic, but you're going to have post protectors as well, which are going to protect the base of the post in the ground and prevent it from coming in contact with the concrete, the soil, and the microbes and insects, prolonging the life generationally, as we say, because post protector says it lasts for 500 years. And all of that, you're going to have a continuous ridge vent system, wainscot trim, and one of my favorite portions of this is 145 mile an hour engineered wind load rating, thanks to these different spaces and the upgraded features of the Elite. It's a 145 mile an hour building with a 170 mile an hour wind load rating, you guys. That is a phenomenally built building. Now, all that being said, this is the Classic, this is an Elite. This is the Cajun Oasis Classic, this is the Cajun Oasis Elite. Now that you know the spec difference, you can see where all the extra value comes in, but look how gorgeous that building is, you guys. Beautiful roll-up door matching the wainscot, great contrast, the walk-through door, the double windows, wall-mounted unit. Just a beautiful building. Very happy to have this back, but it won't be for long. So give us a call at 337-214-0428. Ask for a building specialist. Tell them Tyler sent you, and we'll see what kind of great deal we can get you and get you in a Cajun Oasis. Now, if you want this, again, comment comparison, and we will get you that chart sent to you as soon as possible. Now, the Mallett Ambassador Club. We are so excited about this. It has finally launched. Everyone should have been contacted or at least added to the group. If not, let us know. We want to have you in there. We want to have your input. Are those signature ambassadors? We're all trying to get all of you in our Facebook group. If you're not there yet, send us a message, give us a call, let us know. We'll have you added as soon as possible as well. But two-tier program, and it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of cool things happening. If you're interested, comment Ambassador Club, and we will get you as much information as you need to get on your journey to be the best ambassador ever. Now, to the topic for today, Barndominium myths versus reality. This one's a fun one. We've done this one before in the past. This is a little updated, and it's just going to be a great time. Strap in, grab some popcorn. If you don't have any, we have some here at Mallett. Come visit us, come check out the facility and eat some popcorn with us. See what I did there? Now, moving along, myth number one, Barndominiums are just metal buildings. Well, that's just not true at all. Mr. Tim, you can definitely attest to this, that you're not living in just a metal building. This is a metal building looking thing here. This is a Barndominium, because the reality is the Mallett shells are engineered, inspected, and built to last decades. We will give you a shell that is the absolute best shell in the country, you guys. A Mallett building has no competitor, but that is going to be the beginning of what you decide to do to your Barndominium, and we'll go into more photos and detail here about that soon. And tomorrow, this is actually our signature ambassador, Mr. Dennis Rankin, who will be featured tomorrow. So if you want to see a deep dive into his build process, join us tomorrow for that. But these are some photos from his property, and this is more than a metal box to me. This is absolutely stunning. Mr. Dennis, you did phenomenal on this. It is a beautiful, I love the natural wood with the dark colors. Everything just fits so nice right there in the middle of the woods. Beautiful, scenic, very peaceful looking property. Now, this is an overview shot. You can even see the gutter brush guards and how they're holding all that debris from getting clogged in the gutters. That's a beautiful thing there. Great use of that product. All of this is just looking phenomenal, you guys. Perfect, perfect scenery. Beautiful building. Now, myth number two, barndos are cheaper because they're lower quality. So that, if you've watched for any amount of time, that's just not true. We can go ahead and call that myth busted, because the reality is barndos are cost efficient because of design, flexibility, not shortcuts. So traditional homes, very high cost there as compared to a Barndominium build. Low quality builders are going to have poor quality. Here at Mallett Buildings, we have efficient design that's engineered to the absolute best standards. The very best above all rest, as Mr. Tim says. Let's see, the Barndominium shell is a blank slate. The only thing limiting you is your imagination and pocketbook. Mr. Tim, I could not have worded that any better. That's why I read it like they were my words, because I'm stealing them for this live podcast. Now, that is 100% true, though. The only limitations you have on a Barndominium, you guys, is the amount you're able to pay and the things you're able to dream up. But between us, the designers, the building specialists, you, most importantly you, there's nothing we can't make happen unless the pocketbook says so, as Mr. Tim says. That's a great example. Thank you for that. But moving right along, myth, you can't customize a Barndominium. The reality of that is, with open layouts and vaulted ceilings, you have lofts, family kitchens, shops, all under one roof. You can have workshops, you guys. You can have entertainment areas. I've seen people do connections to buildings of Barndominiums where they just have massive ballrooms or open engagement areas. It's just, the possibilities are endless, and it's a beautiful thing. As you can see in this first picture here, Mr. Dennis has a beautiful kitchen layout. You can actually see it better here in this photo. This is not a box design. This is not something that's just templated. This is very much personality. This is very much him, his family. This looks to be a very beautiful and awesome kitchen. Again, I love the color choices you chose. And this is the bedroom, you guys. The wood across the wall and the ceiling as accent, leaving the side walls open and with the regular color. This is not templated, you guys. This is a beautiful design. I think he did phenomenal in this room right here. Now, the next one, Financing a barndominium is difficult, and though that may have been true for a long time, you guys, Mr. Tim, feel free to chime in with your experience on this one. Let's see, my building inspectors and all my contractors say they have never seen a better built structure than my Mallett building. Thank you very much, Mr. Tim. I feel like you come every day with a new testimonial and review that just makes me smile, so we really appreciate you. And again, please feel free to chime in on this topic as well. Reality, with licensed engineering, permits, banks treat barndominiums like traditional homes. To an extent, we say that because the banks we work with make barndominium financing much more simpler than a lot of other people. I can't attest to the process they go through, but seeing the process of our customers, it is as streamlined as it can possibly be, you guys. It is an easy process. It is a long process because you're building a home, but banks can treat this pretty much like a traditional home, and you should see that approved stamp far more times than you would think you wouldn't. Now, all that being said, barndominiums are not just metal buildings. Mallett shells are engineered, inspected, and built to last decades. It is the quality, it is the thoughtfulness, the brains, excuse me, and engineering that go into these shells is what we provide. And using the best shell in the country, people have, as you can tell, made some beautiful barndominiums. Mr. Tim has also produced a phenomenal barndominium. If you missed that, it is on our website in our ambassador spotlight. Mr. Tim's build is there and Mr. Dennis's build is also there. Please go check those both out. It is a phenomenal look and look into both of their properties, both of their builds, their specs, what went into it, their story, and highly recommend tuning in tomorrow for a deeper look into this one as well. Barndominiums are cost effective because of design, flexibility, not because they're lower quality. We would never, ever, ever sacrifice quality for cost here. In fact, we'd rather charge you more because that would mean we know we're charging you because we're providing the best possible product. We're not gonna give you subpar, we're not gonna give you pull the rug out from under you quality prices, and we don't believe in that. We want you to have the best of the best, and that's so important when you're doing things, especially for the shell of your home where you and or your family will be laying their heads at night. Such an important decision. There are far more banks today that have accepted barndominiums, and some will allow you to be the general contractor. That's an important piece of information. Mr. Tim's saying in his experience, some banks will allow you to be the contractor of record as well. So if that's the choice you take, that's a possibility as well. So finally, barndominiums are customizable, financeable, and affordable. Strong homes are designed for modern living. As you can tell, this is beautifully done. The possibilities are endless as far as imagination and pocketbook. I'm gonna get that tattooed somewhere probably, but that's a good saying. But that has been our show for today. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you learned something or found this interesting, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a friend who you think could benefit from this as well, or they might be building a barndominium, please share this with them and make sure they have all the information they need to be properly prepared. I'm Tyler. This is the Mallett Live. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to have Mr. Trent do